Alrighty, so Trump, Vance, and Zelenskyy meet to have a talk about the Russia-Ukraine war. And I don't think it went the way he wanted, but anyway, I'll pop in the video and take it from there.
And now I'm talking with my friends in Poland, and they are worried that you align yourself too much with Putin. What's your message for them?
Well, if I didn't align myself with both of them, you'd never have a deal. You want me to say really terrible things about Putin and then say, "Hi, Vladimir, how are we doing on the deal?" That doesn't work that way. I'm not aligned with Putin. I'm not aligned with anybody. I'm aligned with the United States of America and for the good of the world. I'm aligned with the world.
Trump is right. He can't bash Vladimir Putin and expect to get a deal. And yeah, Trump being aligned with the US, yeah, it makes sense. The US is dumping hundreds of billions of dollars into the Ukraine. They could be using that money to fix the US infrastructure. And he's aligned with the world because war is bad for the whole world in terms of lives lost. And hey, the lefties say they care about the environment. Well, guess what's the worst for the environment? War. Now, as a quick side note, from what I've heard, Ukraine is going to pay the US back in rare minerals. So you would think Zelenskyy would want to end the war quicker because pretty soon Ukraine's not going to have any raw minerals left or rare minerals.
And I want to get this thing over with. You see the hatred he's got for Putin. It's very tough for me to make a deal with that kind of hate. He's got tremendous hatred. And I understand that, but I can tell you the other side isn't exactly in love with...
You know, I'm just going to say it. Maybe Zelenskyy should learn how to wear a suit, maybe? Just out of respect.
I want to get the thing set. I'm aligned with Europe. I want to see if we can get this thing done.
I don't know about being aligned with Europe, because doesn't the European Union want the war to continue? Maybe I'm wrong. I hope I am.
You want me to be tough? I could be tougher than any human being you've ever seen. I'd be so tough. But you're never going to get a deal that way, so that's the way it goes. All right, one more question.
Hey, I want to respond to this. So look, for 4 years in the United States of America, we had a president who stood up at press conferences and talked tough about Vladimir Putin, and then Putin invaded Ukraine and destroyed a significant chunk of the country. The path to peace and the path to prosperity is maybe engaging in diplomacy. We tried the pathway of Joe Biden of thumping our chest and pretending that the President of the United States' words mattered more than the President of the United States' actions.
I want to say Vance is right about how Joe Biden was all about chest thumping, but then I found this video, so here we go.
Russia will be held accountable if it invades, and it depends on what it does. It's one thing if it's a minor incursion and then we end up having a fight about what to do and not do, etc. But if they actually do what they're capable of doing with the force amassed on the border, it is going to be a disaster for Russia.
So what's a minor incursion? I mean, was Crimea a minor incursion? I guess so, because what did Obama do about it? Now, some people might say Biden misspoke, but I don't think so, because you can see he's clearly checking a script.
What makes America a good country is America engaging in diplomacy. That's what President Trump is doing.
Can I ask you?
Sure.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. So he occupied our parts, big parts of Ukraine, part of East and Crimea. So he occupied it on 2014. So during a lot of years, so I'm not speaking about just Biden, but those time was Obama, then President Obama, then President Trump, then President Biden, now the President Trump, and God bless, now President Trump will stop him. But during 2014, nobody stopped him.
Well, I hate to break it to you, Zelenskyy, but you got Obama to thank for that. It happened under his watch. And yeah, I'm gonna play the video volume.
My last space for you. Yeah, after my election, I have more flexibility. Yeah, I understand. I transmit this information to Vladimir and understand what.
He just occupied and took. He killed people. You know what the contact line?
2015.
2014.
2014 and 2015.
2014?
Yeah. So
I was,
he killed.
I was not here.
Yeah, but
That's exactly
but,
right.
Yeah.
You know, I've heard people say that Obama was acting as a third term through Biden. That's just a tinfoil hat theory I heard. But what gives the tinfoil hat theory credence? Both Biden and Obama made alleged gaffes about Russia. Obama's more flexibility and Biden's so-called minor incursion gaffe.
But during 2014 till 2022, the situation the same. The people have been dying on the contact line. Nobody stopped him. You know that we had conversations with him, a lot of conversation, my bilateral conversation, and we signed with him, me, like a new president. In 2019, I signed with him the deal. I signed with him, Macron and Merkel, we signed ceasefire. Ceasefire. All of them told me that he will never go. We signed him with gas contract. Yes, but after that, he broken this ceasefire. He killed our people and he didn't exchange prisoners. We signed the exchange of prisoners, but he didn't do it. What kind of diplomacy, JD, you are speaking about?
So I heard Macron, which is the French president. Yeah, Putin's not afraid of the French president, and he's not afraid of Obama or Biden. Trump, on the other hand, I would say it's a mix of respect with fear, or perhaps maybe just uncertainty.
What do you mean?
I'm talking about the kind of diplomacy that's going to end the destruction of your country.
Yes, but if you
Mr. President,
With his arms folded like that, it looks like he's a child in a tantrum. Vance even puts his arms up like, "Whoa, Zelenskyy, calm down. We're in the middle of a room surrounded by people."
Mr. President, with respect, I think it's disrespectful for you to come into the Oval Office and try to litigate this in front of the American media. Right now, you guys are going around and forcing conscripts to the front lines because you have manpower problems. You should be thanking the President for trying to bring an end to this conflict.
Have you ever been to Ukraine that you say what problems we have?
I have been to.
Count one.
I've actually watched and seen the stories, and I know what happens is you bring them on a propaganda tour, Mr. President. Do you disagree that you've had problems?
Those video clips Vance is talking about, I've probably seen a few of them. I wish I had downloaded them or saved them so I'd have a point of reference, but I didn't. Anyway, let's continue on with the video.
Bringing people into your military? And do you think that it's respectful to come to the Oval Office of the United States of America and attack the administration that is trying to prevent the destruction of your country?
A lot of questions. Let's start from the beginning.
Sure.
First of all, during the war, everybody has problems. Even you, but you have nice ocean and don't feel now, but you will feel it in the future. God bless.
You don't know that.
God bless. God bless. You will not have a war.
Don't tell us what we're going to feel. We're trying to solve a problem. Don't tell us what we're going to feel.
I'm not telling you.
Because you're in no position to dictate that.
That's
Remember
exactly
this.
what you're doing.
You're in no position to dictate what we're going to feel.
Zelensky's saying, "You're gonna feel it" or something? That sounded like a veiled threat. So yeah, Trump went off on him. And again, Zelenskyy, his arms are folded or crossed like a child. Now, as for that facial expression, it's the, "Aw, man, I miss my sugar daddy Biden."
We're going to feel very good.
You will feel influence.
We're going to feel very good and very strong.
You will feel influence.
You're right now not in a very good position. You've allowed yourself to be in a very bad position, and he happens to be right about it.
From the very beginning of the war.
You're not in a good position. You don't have the cards right now. With us, you start having cards.
I'm not playing cards.
Right now.
So maybe Zelenskyy doesn't know the card metaphor, or maybe he's just too emotionally upset to get the reference. I don't know. But the way his hands are rating his crotch all like that, yeah. He's getting scolded by his new daddy.
You're playing cards. You're playing cards. You're gambling with the lives of millions of people. You're gambling with World War III. You're gambling with World War III. And what you're doing is very disrespectful to the country, this country, that's back to you, far more than a lot of people said they should have.
Have you said thank you once? this
A lot
entire
of
meeting?
times.
No, in this
Even
entire meeting, have
today.
you said thank
Even
you?
today.
You went to Pennsylvania and campaigned for the opposition in October. Offer some words of appreciation for the United States of America and the president who's trying to save your country.
Question has to be asked. Does he care about his country, or does he care about the money? Just my thought. And as for his attitude and his disrespect, he's not used to being talked to like that. Again, he's used to Biden. He's used to getting whatever he wants. And what happens when you spoil the child? Well, this is the attitude you get. I feel bad for the Ukrainians to have this guy as their president. But anyway, basically, Trump and Vance scold him some more for a couple more minutes, and then, yeah, he leaves and Trump posts a tweet. The White House. He disrespected the USA in its cherished Oval Office. He can come back when he is ready for peace. President Donald J. Trump. So, yeah, watching this video clip, I learned a lot about Zelenskyy. And, well, it wasn't really good. In my opinion, anyway. Well, that's it for my thoughts on this matter. Take care out there in Clown World.